Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another edition of Flashback Fridays, and what I have for you today is the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Futures End Shriek Unmasked. Now before we get into the meat and taters of this review, since I no longer have the packaging for this figure, let's first take a look-see at his accessories, starting off with, of course, the collectible trading card, which is just a photograph of the figure. And this is back when the photographs of the figure didn't look better than the figure itself. It was just literally a boring ass render. So there you go. Cool, I guess. There's a bio on the back. You can pause and read at your own leisure. Or you can click the link in the description below to my review of the original version of this figure, the masked version, which also came with a Build-A-Figure part, and did not come with two of these sound effects. This guy got two because he's special, but yeah, it's the same ones that came with the Collectible Jokerbot release. It also had the helmet. I guess that's a better way to put it. It's a helmet, not so much a mask. But, yeah, I already did a review of that figure a long time ago, in the time of chimpanzees. I was a monkey, for those of you who are curious. And, again, link in the description below to that review. And you're going to notice that's going to be a pattern for not only this week, but next week's edition of Flashback Fridays as well. So stay tuned for that. Taking a closer look at Walter Shriek. He's got the McFarlane Toys hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing in this line. And yeah, it is literally the same figure with a new head. And the kicker is, you just pop the damn thing off. So you really don't even need this. Or, you know, one of these, because the other one came with one. So really, this is an accessory set for that previous release, but since it has been well over a year now since I reviewed that figure, we're going to do a quick rundown of the articulation for those of you who are not aware of how this guy functions. So he can look up pretty good. I do recall the other one being able to do that as well. He can look down pretty good, tilt side to side, rotate. His shoulders go out to the side. They do go back down. They rotate around, like so. He's got that butterfly in there. He's got the bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow. Actually pretty stiff on this guy. There you go. You get pretty good crunch out of that. He does have ball jointed wrists that do move all over the place here. Now, it should be worth noting, this is actually my first one with this head on it. This guy actually had better panel lining on the torso, so I swapped that out with my old one. It is the same exact figure. There's no color differentiation or anything like that, so it was an easy swap. I also think I swapped the feet out too. He does have some crunch in the torso. He can crunch back. He can crunch forward a little bit. He can tilt side to side. He can rotate. Do all that fun stuff. His hips can kick out to the side better than Spider-Man. Gonna keep saying it until Spider-Man can do that. Kick forward and back. He's got a thigh cut, believe it or not. So that's cool. Double knee. Really tight on the double knee. Holy shit. There you go. And it looks clean. I didn't mention that about the elbows, but those look clean as well. So I don't know what the deal with the giant chunks being taken out of elbows and knees this year is. But we need to go back to this, because this looks alright. It's acceptable. You know, I get it's an action figure with articulation and stuff, but you know, you can make it look good both ways, guys. Come on. And then he's got a ball hinge ankle with rotation has a rocker and toe joints, which on this one, one of them's tight and neutral. Let me check my other one quick. Where did I put him? Both of his are tight and neutral, so the one that'll be going on the shelf that I don't want to knock a bunch of shit over is tight and neutral, so that's a good thing. But that said, it should be worth noting that this ankle has no detents. This one has a little bit. My other one, he's got detents on the right ankle and none on the left, really. So, I don't know what's up with that. Lately, some of the ankle joints have been weird with these figures. They've either had them or they haven't. The detents, I should say. Like the Arkham Knight figure, that thing is hella loose and likes to eat shit. But it's badass, so I kind of don't want to talk smack about it. But at the same time, if the mother trucker can't stand, what's the point, you know? Paint the camera up a little bit. There we go. I think I knocked it down. But that's Shriek Unmasked in a nutshell. I'd say my only major gripe with this figure is that you don't get the helmeted head. And you really should, because if you missed out on that other one, which was a Target exclusive, you're probably going to want that head. For lack of a better term. No homo. That said, too, I do wish he had his hearing aids. Walter Shriek is a deaf character, so he should have some little hearing aids sculpted into his ears there. But other than that, if you like Shriek, if you like Batman Beyond, if you were able to get this guy for less than $10 like me, shout out to the local friend who shall not be named for privacy reasons for the hookup on that. He always comes up on some good clearance stuff. And then by all means, pick this guy up. That's what I did. I wanted 2 effects and I wanted a better torso for my other one. And that's exactly what I got with this figure. So I'm happy. But with that being said, let's now move on and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is our Unmasked Shriek next to his masked counterpart, or as I like to say, helmeted counterpart, because let's face it, that's what it really is, as well as the standard release of Batman Beyond complete with facial features. Shout out to Toy Shiz for the hookup on that one. And for those of you not in the know, the Target exclusive version of good old Terry McGinnis here had the mask without any facial features, while the standard release had the facial features, being a little bit more cartoon accurate. That said, even though I am happy that we got another figure of Shriek with some added accessories for the previous release, I would like to see some other characters from this series. Personally, I'd really love to have a Spellbinder in this line. I think he was a cool looking character and would translate well into action figure form. What do you guys think? And last but certainly not least, we have our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, the Livid Spawn, who's about neck and neck with good old Walter Shriek here. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and in case you missed out on the helmeted version of good old Walter Shriek here, which was again a Target exclusive for those of you not in the know, or if you're just like me and wanted some added accessories for that release and you got lucky enough to find it on clearance, then by all means this is a definite must-have. However, I do understand that there are a few weirdos out there that aren't into Batman Beyond, so this Batman Futures End subline isn't for everyone. However, with that being said, if you're not into Batman Beyond, I cast great shame upon thee, because Terry McGinnis is freaking awesome, and if you're not down with that, you're losing some cool points, man. That said, this Batman Futures End subline is probably one of the best that the DC Multiverse line has to offer, and I've probably had the most fun with some of these figures, and would like to see more characters. Case in point, Spellbinder. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's edition of Flashback Fridays. If you are so inclined, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. If you haven't already, please hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when I know a few of you out there missed out on that helmeted version and are kicking yourself so hard in the ass it's coming out your own mouth. I know I made that joke during the Bane review, but let's face it, facts are facts. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.